AllenCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game. So be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on AllenCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-game show it is. We are going to immediately focus over to the Leo High School Marching Band and the playing of the national anthem. All right. You're situated back down here. I'll tell you what, that never gets old. I don't care who you are. Especially in a week like this where we all remembered 9/11. Everybody had time to reflect on that for the 3,000 people that lost their lives in that tragic day. But here we are, week 4 football, high school action. Not the normal scene we see at this time of year with this particular game, Andy Carey.
No, not necessarily, but it should be a decent matchup tonight against a New Haven team that's been struggling a little bit as of late. Hasn't opened up quite the way I'm sure they wanted to. And a Leo team that's gotten off to a pretty good start. Absolutely, the best start they've had since 2015, trying to go 4-0 since a quattro of years ago. That is Coach Jared Souter at 111-37 in his overall record. 14th season here at the helm in Leo, Indiana. And the Lions, again, 3-0 to start the season. Against the visiting New Haven Bulldogs, Jimmy Lynn. Top Jimmy. He is the head coach for the New Haven Bulldogs. He is 5-9 in his second year at the helm, once again, to abuse a word. For the Bulldogs, again, 0-3 is the start that you kind of alluded to, we'll say. Exactly right. Not exactly the way they wanted to start. I've been told from a couple of parents from other schools who they had played, again, they had some penalty problems. The last game specifically against the DeKalb as they opened up conference play and dropped at home 29-14. Yeah, penalties will definitely make things a little bit difficult on you. Hopefully they can get things cleaned up a little bit tonight. Come out here and play some good football. Absolutely. That's what we want to see, a good, clean, hard-fought game. It looks like New Haven, I believe, has won the toss. And I think, well, I don't know. I couldn't tell. They're definitely shaking hands. Well, that's the sign of a good sportsmanship. A good sportsmanship squad on both sides. I think I saw Leo say they were going to receive the ball. So either way, pretty sure the Lions are going to come out on the offensive side of things. This is just the second conference game on the schedule for both of these squads. Last week, conference action. In the NE8, that's the Northeast 8 Conference, Columbia City over Belmont 4. DeKalb over New Haven, again, mentioned that, 29-14 DeKalb. East Noble, 36, Huntington North, 20. And Leo, in a pitcher's duel, 3-2 over Norwell.
Yeah, 3-2. Wow.
Yeah, I went to that game. Norwell did a pretty solid job of stopping Leo. Throughout the first half, Leo had a faux pas, which led to the safety. Broken play, quarterback sack in the end zone, safety, 2 points. Leo had a hard time with all the elements, we'll say, to keep it polite here on the air and the internets. With all the elements that were there in Norwell, but nonetheless, here is the kick, and back deep for Leo. That's Caden Miller. He's going to take it to the left side. Got a block. Kid's through. One more man, and he is shoving through up in front. Nobody's bringing him down. They got a tackle. And he is just out to midfield. A return of about 37 on the play. And that is big-time starting position, courtesy of Caden Miller. Just a sophomore, 5'7", 160, in the New Haven Bulldogs. I mean, Coach Dubaugh back in the day would say you owe him a quarter for that ride because you need to bring him down. Absolutely. They might have to PayPal him something or other. But either way, here we go. It is going to be the Power T formation. And Jackson, I'm going to call him Jack Barber, sophomore left-hander under center. Quick handoff. Here's G.T. Baker on the right side. I'm sorry, that's Gavin James, 21. And a big, hefty gain.
Yeah, nice trap play. Caught New Haven off guard a little bit.
Yeah, there's so many different options that Leo runs out of that backfield. They have 2 tight ends and 3 running backs. They can give it to the first guy, fake it, go the other way. There's so much misdirection and a lot going on there, and that's been utilized to Leo's advantage a lot this season.
2 tight ends set.
There's Peyton Wall trying to get through the first level. Not much there. And not brought down, but forward progress stopped, and Leo's going to have 3rd and short there. I don't have all the exact defensive starters, but just at a glance, I can tell you Nijay Fields-Lewis. I'm going to go NFL for calling that guy. He's a senior.
That's a pretty good football nickname.
Yeah, Nijay Fields-Lewis, NFL. You heard it here first on thevoicesportsnetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com. It's a keeper up the left side.
Looks like he's got it.
Yep. Jack Barber, I tell you, he reminds me of Michael Vick. A little bit smaller in stature, lefty. He's got a pretty good rocket arm for how big he is. He's not that big of a guy. He comes in, Jack Barber, sophomore, 5'7", $165. So, again, smaller in stature, but he definitely can zip it out there. Oh, and by the way, he's extremely mobile and agile. So,
yeah,
is it mobile and agile, or is it mobile and agile? Either way, that's what he is. Second man through, and they want to talk about something or other. I'm not sure what happened there. Side judge going to point at somebody and say, yeah, you went too early. 5-yarder. Leo's going to sacrifice 5 yards on that play. Yeah, so Nijay Fields-Lewis, NFL. He is in the backfield. We also have Lamar Hutchins. Number 88 also out there. I see him. That's Marion Graham. New Haven doesn't look as necessarily big as they had been in the past years. They graduated quite a few. Second man through.
And they stopped him right at the line.
Yeah, not a lot going there. It was Trevor Reed, 5'6", $180, a senior on the tackle for the Bulldogs. So once again, thanks for joining us, folks. We will be playing all the commercials of all the great sponsors that help bring you this live broadcast. If you're not here, hopefully you're there. And if you're there, hopefully you're watching us here. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm lost.
No, you're here. Peyton Wall, hard cut up the middle, out to the left, tries to get to the outside. Brought down.
Close to a first down.
A big gain that time. 15 to go, and I think he got all but 13 or 14 of them. Yeah, we'll say 14. 3rd and very short. So that was another misdirection, kind of a counterplay out of that Power T formation, Andy, where he was able to get to the outside and make a guy miss.
Well, Leo's had a lot of success with that formation.
Last time we saw this 2 weeks ago at the Angola game, Leo passed 4 times out of and they ran this formation nearly the entire time as Barber with another keeper up the left side, and it has enough for the first down. It's going to move the chains for the Lions. But, yeah, we saw them utilizing that, and that was when Peyton Wall had 13 carries for 251 yards and 4 touchdowns. So if it's not broke.
Exactly.
You know. But they did pass 4 times out of it. One was a pretty crucial 3rd and 15 or 16 that they were able to pick up the first down on. But, yeah, Coach Souter, again, ride the horse that brought you. And it's a fake keeper, and nobody fooled, especially not Trevor Reed that time, as he came up around the backside, fought off a block, and was able to tackle Jackson Barber in the backfield for a loss of about 2 on the play. 8:15 here in the first quarter left to go.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Pretty excited for tomorrow already.
Oh, my land. Who do they play?
See those shiny gold helmets out there, and I'm just all ready to go.
Is it like Louisiana, Texas, Abilene Tech, Vocational Bible School?
It's an actual Division I school. No FCS teams played at Notre Dame.
Peyton Wall, right side, tries to truck through one guy. He is brought down.
Close to a first down.
Yeah, that was Howard Chandler on the stop. He was on the tracks and was able to wrap him up. Peyton Wall, not an easy guy to tackle when he gets the head of steam going there. 6 foot, 185. I'm going to say he's closer to about 195 to 200. Not sure they're accurately depicting him here on the roster of the schedule.
New Haven loading up the box. They're definitely not going to lay down on this. But looks like another first down, about 7.
Yeah, I mean, if we think, again, we go back to 2 weeks ago to the Angola home opener that we covered here on the Voice Sports Network with you and I, Andy. The player of the game, brought to you by All American Stores, was the entire offensive line.
Yeah.
And well worth it.
Very well coached, very disciplined. You won't see a whole lot of penalties being called on them.
Second man on a play action and a handoff left. And that was Owen Lance checked in. Owen's a senior. 5'8", $165. Leo has not, aside from Peyton Wall, about 6 foot, they have a couple of smaller in stature runners. Low to the ground, and like Mike Bierman always taught you, keep your feet going, don't ever freaking stop. And they're able to get some pretty good penetration most of the time. As we have 2nd and 13 from the 16, Leo can still get a first down. Hand off right side to Wall. He goes back to the left side, gets bounced over.
Like I said, New Haven's got that box pretty loaded up right there. They're not going to let Leo just run right over them.
Which is exactly what you need if you're the Bulldogs here this deep in your own zone. 3rd and 8. Good stop there by Carswell, Isaac Carswell.
I don't think I've seen a wide receiver set this entire drive.
Yeah, and we very well may not the entire game. Like I said, the 2 tight end, 3 back power T formation. I lost who had it. Looks like it's Peyton Wall. Stays on his feet. He's in for the touchdown. Did you get that?
I didn't.
I don't blame you. I didn't get it with my own eyes, let alone you the camera.
Everybody was going left, but clearly Wall snuck up on the right-hand side.
Leo takes advantage of a 37-yard punt or kick return with a good field position provided there by Caden Miller, and goes 50 yards for the game's first score of the touchdown with 5:37 left in the first quarter. Here's Carson Bigfoot McCauley.
And it is good.
And no problem there. And we'll be back right after a word from Grable Insurance.
Their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics.
All right, thank you, Grable Insurance. Once again, Steve Roberts alongside Andy Carey running the camera here in the jungle, Leo, Indiana, where the home Leo Lions have a 7-0 advantage on the opening drive of the game, sustaining over 7 minutes. 6 minutes? What did we play, 12-minute quarters? Anyways, solid drive to start for the Lions. Well over 6 minutes, 6:23 to be exact. But they go 50 yards and clean on both sides, no penalties. Just some good hard running out of that T formation. And now McCauley is going to kick one from the 45.
Curious to see how New Haven responds here.
Yeah, it looks like they have Jamar Hutchins and NFL back deep. That's Nijay Fields-Lewis back deep for the Bulldogs. A low squabbler trying to stay in bounds. It does. Tapped up there by Hutchins. Tries to stay to the outside and not get brought down, but he does. Just short. Well, I'll take that back. He's just over the 20-yard line.
Either way, not quite the good field position. Leo got the fortunate aspect of first quarter, but
absolutely. But we have the offensive starters now, officially. Cover the offense and the defense for both teams, respectively, as New Haven comes out in a 3-receiver set. And it looks like Jamar Hutchins is the quarterback, number 1.
They're going to run it up the middle.
And out to the right, that's DeAndre Wright, 6'1", 220. That's a big boy.
Found a nice hole in the middle of the defense and split it right up there for about 10 yards, 15. Yeah, 15 yards.
Right you are, Andy. Out to the right side, we have Lane Woodson, Jakar Williams, and Lamar Hutchins. So Lamar and Jamar, twin brothers, obviously. And they are both seniors. Quick to the outside, made a man miss. Nice job that time by Nijay Fields-Lewis, NFL. And unfortunately for Gavin James, wow. He juked him out of the jock there, if you will. Other starters for the New Haven Bulldogs, Josh Grigsby, number 50. He is on the line. Also on the line, Deshaun Morgan, number 52. Avion Creech, number 54. Andrew Faulkner, number 65. And Stephen Pori, number 70. Man in motion.
So a false start penalty.
Too many people in motion. And that's going to go against the Bulldogs, as you mentioned. So second and short becomes second and longer. About 8 from the 42-yard line, just under 5 minutes here. As the Bulldogs, Jamar Hutchins, the backfield shotgun. DeAndre Wright, back to him. It's a keeper. Hutchins gets to the outside. He's got a man to, and they're going to call a penalty that time. It looked like Jermarcus Allen on the outside, number 13, was the only one blocking out there. It was a late flag. He basically threw it right at him, Andy.
He was not blocking the proper way, I don't believe.
And when you don't do it properly, I believe they throw those flags.
Sometimes.
Well, that's true.
Depending where you're playing.
Fair point. It is going to be a hold. Repeat, replay, all that. Second down.
Redo.
So it went from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 11. Not sure the hell come up with a 3-yard penalty.
Spot foul.
Spot foul, 10 yards. I guess that makes sense. Overall 3-yard penalty. Hand off to the left to DeAndre Wright. Goes to the outside, cuts back in, and trucks over a couple of Lions on the way to getting almost to the first down line of game. A nice cut back in, and he just cut it up there. And like I said, that is a big guy to get a head of steam going. Leo's got to do a lot. You got to get more than one guy to bring him down. A lot of times, I'm going to guess. So we'll see where the Lions stand here on 3rd and 1, 4 minutes and counting. Hutchins back there with Wright. It's a quick give to Wright. Stopped short of the first down. I think they held him. By all means, they held him. They're going to give him a little bit of gain, maybe on the fall forward. But
pretty close, though.
Yeah.
4 down territory, it looks like. I don't see a punter coming out on the field.
And honestly, that's I'm going to say that is a generous spot. And they want to measure it. You can't really tell from our vantage point.
Yeah, it's difficult to say, but...
Oh, and now they respot. The head official referee, the guy in the white hat, he's the only guy that matters, comes in, steps his foot down, says, no, this is where the ball was. I don't know if he conferred with the near side judge, but now they're not going to measure it. And the guy in the white hat says, raise the roof. Both hands. 4th and 1. Head coach Jimmy Lynn is going to bring in Jamar Hutchins with a play, looking for a call from the sideline. He waved hello, smacked his backside, and grabbed his ankle. I'm not sure what play they're going to run.
Oh, that's a trap play.
Well, I've heard that a lot of times. Here we go, 4th and 1 from the 44. Quick hand up the middle.
Yeah, looks like
he did fall forward enough for the first down. A good stop of mainly a yard and a half, but he only needed one, and Leo gives up the first down about the 44, 45, 6-yard line. Sorry. Hutchins in the backfield. DeAndre Wright spread out to the right side. Here's a hard zip pass, incomplete.
Just a little too far out in front of the receiver that time.
Pass intended for Lane Woodson that time. I mean, he threw a bullet, but it didn't have anybody's name on it.
He was hoping for the receiver to zig, and instead he zagged.
Gets you every time.
Yeah.
So New Haven kind of running this little no-huddle type of dealio. Shotgun, play-action, RPO. Once again, here's an option to the outside. Kept that time by Hutchins. It looks like he had the run pass to start. As he came to the right side, he had his receiver out there, which was Lamar, his twin brother, who had a chance to pitch to his other self or keep it. Decided to keep it that time. Looked like he gained a few. We're going to call it about 3rd and 7. So Leo would do themselves a lot of favors if they were able to make a stop right here. Naked run and keeper and brought down eventually. That is Mason Sheeran, number 33. And that's going to go as a sack. So if you started Mason Sheeran on your high school fantasy football team on the defensive side, you just picked yourself up 3 points. Absolutely. That's going to be a hold, defensively hold for the Lions. And number 14, Howard Chandler, senior, is going to boot one, hopefully deep for the Bulldogs, as the Paytons are deep for the Lions. Bobbled the snap, and he's brought down in the backfield. And guess who is there? Mason Sheeran. Couple of big stops for that guy. Just a sophomore, 5'10", 185 pounds. Another one of those running backs / linebackers that Leo basically grows out in this area.
Boy, your eyes just get cartoon size when they see the punter drop the ball like that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The jaw drops, everything, you just go straight for it. Mason did a great job. Didn't stop there and able to make the tackle. The best case scenario for the Bulldogs there was that he didn't fumble. Here's Peyton Wall, right side. Not touched till he hits the second, maybe third level. first people to touch him were defensive backs. So Leo's, once again, doing a great job blocking out front. Those quick little misdirections in the backfield. New Haven kind of scratching her head, just has to wait for the play to develop before they commit.
Yeah, they need to stay disciplined for sure. A lot of these misdirections is exactly what Leo's trying to do. Get them sucked in the middle. Misdirect them, get them outside. Hopefully by then catch New Haven off guard.
Absolutely. So 2nd and about 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pass here within the next couple of plays. And that's a quick handoff, and Gavin James goes barreling up the middle. Brought down just ahead of the first down sticks, about the 31-yard line, and they're going to move the markers. And Leo's got the first down. So we close in on 1:10 in the first quarter. They're going to wind the game clock, and Leo looking to once again capitalize and go 2 for 2 on the offensive scoring drives. It's a handoff right side. Mr. Peyton Wall, number 5.
Short carry. About 2-yard pickup.
Trevor Reed, once again, for the Bulldogs on the stop. Called his name a couple times. He's a senior linebacker, only listed as a linebacker. Doesn't play offense, just there on defense. And, you know, he's licking his chops every play to make some action happen, and he's done that.
Yeah, New Haven did a good job standing up on that drive.
Yeah, Lance goes to the left, not a whole lot there.
And that should do it for the first quarter.
That it will. Good call, Mr. Carey. And at the end of one here in Leo 7, New Haven nothing. We'll be back after a brief moment and a word from Indiana Physical Therapy on thevoicesportsnetwork.com.
Hi, this is Dale from The Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Thank you, Indiana Physical Therapy. Once again, indianapt.com, INDIANAPT.com. Over 30 years in business. See if we look level there. Not bad, not bad. All right. They flipped the script on the old field here. 3rd down and about 7 from the 24-yard line. And with the wind at his back, this is inside of Carson McCauley's range. Peyton Wall to the right, cuts it up on the jet sweep. Still on his feet. He's got the first down, going to the left side and more. No need for Mr. McCauley right now as a big-time gain for Peyton Wall. Leo's got the first down. I actually didn't see the formation. So, I mean, basically it couldn't have been Power T. I saw Wall coming in from the top. And now here we flipped it up. We're going to go shotgun. Yep. Shotgun. Twins on each side.
And another jet sweep around the edge.
Yep, exact same play. Cut it up the gut. A little bit of a cut in that time, but Lamar Hutchins was able to upend Mr. Wall for a small gain, maybe one. And once again, thank you to all of our sponsors here. They're bringing you the broadcast. If you're watching on YouTube right now, thank you very much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube later. Thank you in the future. Back to the power tee goes Coach Souter and the Leo offense. Jackson Barber under center. First one gets the handoff. That is yet again Gavin James, and I think he's close. A couple yards short of the first down. Picked up about 6. Maybe 7 on the play. That's about 6. So Leo, third and manageable again. Here, we'll see if they actually try to pass. It would be unconventional, we'll say.
Yeah, 3rd and 3.
We have yet to see a pass.
I mean, you don't want to do something like Army and throw the ball that close to the end zone, risk a turnover.
Yeah, not sure what you're talking about. Timeout, Leo. We're going to take a timeout here on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com, but it's going to include me reading and telling you folks all about one of the great sponsors here in The Voice is All American Stores. Adam Dagger, Lisa Dagger, and the whole Dagger clan. Because, at All American Stores, our customers matter. They want you to feel that right when you walk in the store. We go a step above and beyond just having good gas. Join the All American Text Club. Text America to 46862. That's America, 46862, to experience free gas, deals on goodies, and even some free drinks. I don't know about drank, but you'll get some free drinks. Either way, see the All American Stores difference yourself in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Layado, your hometown team, and also out there in Columbia City now. So, back at it. Here we are, 3rd and 3. Barber under center. Lance up the left side, and he's got enough for the first down.
Just a hop and a skip away from a touchdown, but
yeah, I only had one guy to beat there that made the tackle. Barber again, power tee. First man through is James. And it's a touchdown, Leo.
Pretty sure he was untouched up the middle on that one there, Steve.
Yeah, not a single Bulldog had a paw on that one. And McCauley. Don't call me Culkin. Carson McCauley is back. Gonna boot. For the Lions in the extra point. And it's good. Leo, 14. New Haven, 0. And we'll be back right after a message from the YMCA.
Brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
All right, well done at Leo on that drive. Sorry, I just had a text message come through. A little funny. I'll get to that. But anyway, Leo scoring on a Gavin James handoff right side gut from a couple of yards. And Carson McCauley going to boot one deep for the Lions. That's going to be a touchback all day. About 7-8 yards deep in the end zone. And a faithful listener / watcher
text, how long have you been waiting to use the Culkin line? LOL.
I think you've used it before.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was a faithful watcher / listener, but no. Sadly, that's not the first time I've used the Carson, don't call me Macaulay Culkin. But either way, I think I called him Bigfoot just a minute ago. Carson Bigfoot
I know you've called him Bigfoot before.
Bigfoot Macaulay.
Got quite a leg, though.
Yeah. Not to mention the guns. This kid's sculpted out of granite, practically. Jeez, ow.
Yeah, you'd think he's playing linebacker.
Right. Here's a run pass option. It's going to be the keeper. And trucking up the gut is big Elmarion Graham, and he takes it right to Tanner Jackson for Leo.
Yeah, they got him listed as a quarterback, linebacker. Why not put him at running back?
Well, as much as Leo gave up the gut that time, and here's Hutchins to the right trying to make a couple guys miss, and that's not really going to happen when you have more than a couple show up after the first couple. It's by definition.
Now, it looked like he had a little bit of a crease there at first, but Leo swarmed in and stood him up.
Absolutely. Well played by the Lions that time. Second and 10 after a no gain. They're going to keep Graham in the backfield.
Looking to pass.
Hutchins thinks about passing. And we have a flag as Hutchins makes a couple of guys miss. He is all the way out to the 30. But I'm pretty sure that's coming back. And it is. As the laundry was dropped at about the 39.
It makes long runs a lot easier when your linemen are holding.
Well, that's true. That is true. A lot of those that spring were sprung by holding. So I don't have a specific number. It came from the right side as Jamar Hutchins was able to. It looked like he had somebody deep in the flats, but he decided better of it, took it, ran it, and again he had himself a solid 10, 20, 30, almost 30 yards on the run, but it was all for naught.
Yeah, there was a lot of grass on the right-hand side. All he needed was one hold, and he was on his way.
Right you are, Andy. And 8:30 left here in the second quarter. First half action from Leo. Here's a handoff up the gut. That's Amarion Graham. And held on and brought down that time. That was Baker on the stop, but I think it was, who is it? Yeah, that's Michael O'Brien, who got in there first, either Michael O'Brien or Mason Sharon. Once again, Mason Sharon, if that was him. It was either O'Brien or Sharon that got to his leg first, held on, and G.T. Baker came and finished him off. So, excuse me, nice job that time by stopping the big 6'1", 185 Elmarion Graham. Oh, and it almost had a sack that time, and up toward the first down marker goes Jamar Hutchins.
He's going to be pretty close to the first down. See where they spot him.
And he is short. This is down 14, 7.5 minutes into the wind. They're not going to bring out Howard Chandler last time as he bobbled that punt. They're going to keep Hutchins in there with Graham in the backfield. Graham trying to pick a side to stand on. And he is stopped on 4th and 1, and Leo is going to take over a big-time defensive stand.
Huge stop and gutsy call. Going for the 4th down on the 44-yard line. Leo now set up with great field position.
And that was big Tom Bush up the gut. Says, no, sir, you're not getting past right now.
And Leo takes over 42-yard line, 6:55. Shout out to Mr. Paul Newberg. Text in about the Macaulay Culkin joke. How we doing, Coach? Hopefully everything is well. Coach Newberg and the Leo Golf Squad. Oh, and a run to the right side, little helmet to helmet.
Looked like he was going to bounce that out at first, and defender wrapped him up nicely.
Yep. Second down 9 from the 41. First man through. It's Gavin James. He spins, breaks through, got 2 men to beat, brought down back from behind by number 50, Josh Grigsby. But a nice big run there.
Big time up the middle.
By Gavin James and Leo in business. That's one of the things we've kind of talked about so far tonight is Leo's getting through that first level. Is from a running back perspective, nobody's really touching him.
No.
Like nobody on the defense or on the defensive line. I'm not sure if they made a tackle. Actually, that tackle right there was by a defensive lineman, Josh Grigsby, but it was 18 yards down the field before he was actually able to hold on to him for the tackle. Puts Leo inside the red zone. Handoff fake, handoff give.
Oh, big hit.
And Peyton Wall amidst 4 or 5 Bulldogs. Brought down on the outside by Wright. And we got 5:29 left. Leo stays in the power tee. First man through once again is James. Gavin's had himself a couple of decent runs. Started out with a touchdown there. Had a couple chunky runs here. It's one of the things that Norwell was able to do last week against the Lions is show some pretty good stability as well as defensive line pressure. They had a good push off the ball, and they were able to get into some of those, handoffs and fakes and play actions that you see Jackson Barber pulling off for the Lions. And it was kind of stifling Leo at times. And here's a keeper, a 2 handoff fake and a keeper by Barber, and he is brought down just close to the 12-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and short. And I think they're going to kick a field goal. They should. Yep. Here comes Carson McCauley. On the 13. Should be about a 30-yarder.
Good hold by the Bulldogs after giving such great field position.
Yeah, nice defensive stop there. And McCauley's going to line up from 30 yards. Underneath it, kind of a chip shot. And never a doubt. So Carson was able to hit one last week from 32, 33 yards into some wind. Needed to hit it, and that wound up being the final score, which turned out to be the game-winning field goal after it was all said and done. Then lines up another one here from 30 yards, like it's nothing. We see him coming out. Sorry? Oh, yeah. We see Macaulay Culkin. Just kidding. We see Carson come out after the half, and he'll boot a couple from 40, move it back from 45, move it back from 50, and he hits them from 55, just with a little stand, the little T-stand thing. But the kid's got a leg for days, and that's been the case, over the past 4 years as we've seen Ben Von Gutten, a.k.a. BVG, talk about a kid with a leg for days. We saw him progress from a freshman all the way up to a senior. Well, now here we have, Carson McCauley. He comes in as a junior. And he did back up last year for BVG as well, or maybe the year before. I get him mixed up. But nonetheless, here he is When you're kicking to the east, as we usually do here in Leo, there is typically a little bit of wind behind you, and we saw the last one go about 8 yards deep, and we'll see what this one does. Another low liner. And the back foot of NFL touched the black paint, which is a touchback.
Yeah, it's just huge at this level when you can have kicker after kicker coming in after graduation to replace another great kicker.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of people just don't realize, especially at this level, just how important having a good kicking game really is.
Yeah, and not only he is the kicker, but he's the punter as well.
Yeah.
And he's really worked hard in the offseason and during, the mini camp, if you will. We used to call them 2-a-days. He's worked real hard to get a ball that goes real deep, real high, which is really what you want as a punter. Here's NFL to the right side. Brought down that time, and Leo says they got it. Not sure what happened. Did the ball come out? Everybody's saying Leo's got it. Well, everybody with the purple jersey.
There's a scrum.
And they do. Leo, turnover, recovery. And that is big DJ Allen, just a sophomore. Looks like he was the one who came up with the ball. So when it rains, it pours. Not tonight, though, from a weather standpoint, but from, everything that could go wrong has essentially now for the New Haven Bulldogs. They haven't played a bad game from a penalty standpoint. We talked about in the onset that last week they had a ton of penalties against DeKalb. I think that might be they've only had one or two. Now, one was a pretty costly holding, but from a turnover standpoint, that's the only one we've seen. Here's Wall, handoff, gets hit the first time. So now New Haven does a good job of stringing it outside, making him, making him think twice before he's able to get to the outside. Short gain that time. Second and about 9.
Yeah, Leo's power run game is really chewing up some clock, though, so New Haven really needs to make up for that error and get a stop here and keep this score from getting out of control before the halftime.
Absolutely.
Looks like Leo's going to go into the spread a little bit this time.
Right side, Wall runs through the first, runs over 3 more, and I think he's got enough for the first down, and they are stopping the clock, and it is a Leo first down. Peyton Wall. I'll tell you what, New Haven's doing a good job of hitting them low, but when you run low and hit low, one of them's got to give, and he's been able in the past couple of runs to get through that first tackle, if you will, to get some yardage. A score update in the NE8 action. East Noble 14, DeKalb 0. 9 minutes left in the first half. I have word that there are a lot of penalties and personal fouls. So, could be a heated contest. Not sure exactly what the texture of that means. And a super high snap. Jack Barber is able to fall on it. A nice heady play there by the sophomore, Jackson Barber, when the snap was way over his head. He didn't try to pick it up and be a hero. You just fall on the ball and get to another play. So nice job by Jackson recovering the poor snap that time.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are right there. If he'd have tried to pick that up, that would have been big trouble.
Yeah, he definitely would have lost more yards. Likely could have possibly fumbled, if you will. Nonetheless, 2nd and 28 for Leo is better than 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs if you're a Leo Lions fan. So we'll see what Coach Souter draws up. Get out your 2nd and 29 play. It's a pitch out to the left side. Here's Wall. He's got some room. He's got a lot of room. He's made up 20 of it. He's got a gain of maybe about 18 or 19 on the play. And there is a penalty on the play.
Wall's clapping, so perhaps a personal foul.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little extracurricular, maybe some jawing there by one of the Bulldogs. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. The arm's out to the side. Yeah, I think that's just a little bit too much yapping.
Not going to give them much on yardage, but I'll definitely give them the first down.
Well, right. So from 2nd and 28, you pick up 19 yards on the play, plus an extra 15-yard penalty. Possibly at this point half the distance to go. Regardless, it's automatic first down. It should be first and goal from about the. It depends on where they walk it off, I guess.
I think they're going to walk it off from about the 15, so put it down about the 8.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 7 or 8 yard line. There it is. First and goal, minute 29 in the half. Once again, East Noble at DeKalb up 14-0. Jack Barber handoff up the gut. Stop that time. Big stop there. That was Brian Montgomery up the middle. 6'4", 252. He is not a small child by any stretch of the imagination. He's a senior. Was able to stop Peyton Wall that time.
Pretty easy to fill a hole when you're that big.
I would agree. What I'm confused on, the look of confusion, which you can't see here, folks. I was under the impression that was a first down on the penalty, but they just brought that up as 3rd and short, and now it's 4th and short. So 4th and 2 on the 6. They need to get to the 4 for the first down. Under 46 seconds now and counting. Play action, naked boot to the right side, and Jackson Barber, what a play! What a play call by Coach Souter and the Leo offense. Play action and the naked bootleg by Jack Barber was there all day. Leo, 23. New Haven, 0. Carson McCauley is going to come on and boot one for the extra point attempt. And just a nicely orchestrated play there. That's textbook. Aside from a play action pass, the naked bootleg to the opposite side was about as much as you could ask for as McCauley chops one through.
Yeah, back to what I was saying earlier. You keep pounding it up the middle and pounding it up the middle. It really opens up for that reverse outside play.
Oh, yeah.
And 100% executed it perfectly.
Yeah, and, you kind of can't blame New Haven for that. When you get a healthy dose of power T formation, for the entire first half?
Yeah.
Aside from the one drive where we had a couple of Leo had a couple of shotgun plays where they ran motion, just a couple jet sweeps, but now they go back to the old faithful, and what are you going to do? Not crash down when they do a couple of fake handoffs? Of course you are. So he went fake handoff right, fake handoff left, or up the gut, kept it himself, and could essentially walk to the end zone. And that puts Leo up 24-0 here in the first half. And here comes McCauley. Touchdown drive there brought to you by Grable Insurance. They got you covered. See Ray Gager, Arnie Myers, and Leo. McCauley didn't get the hold of that one. Takes a nice Leo bounce. Scooped off the turf there by NFL. He's got a shot up the middle. Makes one guy miss. And tripped up by Mason Sharon again. Number 33, Mason Sharon, all over the field tonight in crucial spots. If he didn't, literally, if he doesn't make the trip up tackle right there, Nijay Fields-Lewis, or like I said, NFL, has a chance to go yard. And Semi put the Bulldogs, we'll say, at least in the conversation here.
Yeah, every team needs that great special teams tackler, and Leo definitely has one with him.
100% agreed. So New Haven going to do the no huddle offense again. 10 seconds on the play clock, and they should probably hurry. Now it's down to 4-3, and New Haven is going to talk about it as opposed to give up 5 yards. And with the field position that they just put them in, this is the best field position they've started with thus far in the first half of action, Andy. So Jimmy Lynn making a good call with the timeout, and we're going to take a brief timeout as well. Not sure if I have a commercial loaded or not. Yep, here we go. Grable Insurance.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics.
Okay, here we are, back. Thanks again for joining us, folks. VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com. As we pick up the action here. 34.1 on the clock. Sidearm sling out to the outside. Here comes Lane Woodson, looking for a little bit more breathing room on the outside. Not a whole lot there.
Going to get about 9 yards, though.
You would think after a timeout they would have a couple of plays drawn up, and now we're close to 10 seconds left, and New Haven, this just might be the last play of the half. And it's going to be a delayed keeper, and that's Jamar Hutchins.
That'll do it.
Brought down for a gain of, we'll say 7 or 8, but yes, that will do it for the first half of action. We're going to roll some commercials. Oh, I'm sorry. So the score is 24-0, as I was informed by, well, none other than my father, that 24-0 is a soccer term, a.k.a. football, not football. So my bad, Pops. 24-0, Leo, halftime score. We will be back after some extended commercial time. VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics. At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org. A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
All right, folks, welcome back to the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. Steve Roberts alongside Mr. Andy Carey calling the action for you here tonight in Leo, where Leo is all but handling New Haven 24-0 first half score. And a few of the last year Leo student athletes recognized, Ian Heath being one of them, stud wrestler. A gal, I can't remember her name, that ran the 100-meter dash, state qualifier, and high school, Leo High School record holder, along with the state runner-up, Leo Lady Softball, or Leo Lady Lions softball team from last year. Great job to all of the Leo High School athletics, and I will have some halftime stats here from the stat man, Brian Kaler, as soon as he gets off his duff and sends them my way. But I think I can give you an idea what the first half stats are going to be. Andy?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to say that it's mostly rushing yards from Leo.
Yeah, including 0 passing, I believe.
Yes.
I mean, I'd have to think back, but I don't think I've seen a single pass attempt from Jackson Barber in the first half.
1-for-1 total field goal attempts.
True story, yeah. Carson McCauley had a 30-yarder.
And several mistakes from the New Haven Bulldogs. A little turnover, some penalties that really cost them. Fourth and 1 got stopped on in Leo's own territory, setting them up for the field goal that we just talked about.
Yep. Now a halftime score in from Waterloo, Indiana, where the East Noble Knights are taking on the DeKalb Barons. East Noble 21, DeKalb 0. Ooh. So both teams, again, 3-0 coming into the contest. East Noble ranked 8th. DeKalb 13th, I believe I said.
Yeah, I really expected that score to be a little closer than that.
Right, and according to my source, she mentioned that there are some penalties going on, personal fouls, things of that nature. But apparently, DeKalb's just having a rough time getting their offense going against what appears to be a pretty solid defense thus far from the East Noble Knights.
East Noble's always been pretty strong up front, both sides of the ball. So not really too surprised there.
Right, but being able to go on the road and get the points on the board against a pretty tough this year DeKalb Barons team is saying something. But we do have the halftime stats coming in. Going to cover those for you. Brought to you by All-American Stores. Stop by any of the locations in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, Leato, or Columbia City to see the hometown team and the difference that All-American Stores provide. So Leo gets on the board in the first quarter, 7-0, puts on 17 more in the second. And that was all courtesy. The first one was Peyton Wall, 12-yard run. Gavin James popped in a little 3-yarder. And getting some more information there from a source there. Again, Carson McCauley, 30-yard field goal. Jackson Barber had the naked bootleg for 6 yards. So the longest touchdown of the night has been 12 yards for the Leo Lions. A 12, a 6, and a 3. I mean, they're just walking the ball down the field.
Yep.
They're getting caught in some third and fairly longs. I mean, outside of 4 yards, you can air quotes long it, They're getting caught in some 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 7s, and they're converting. Let's be honest. So let's take it down. Total offense, 139 yards to 71 yards. Leo's ran 32 plays compared to 17. Again, Leo has yet to throw the ball. New Haven's 2 for 3. Total of 16 yards there, it looks like. Leo, all rushing. 139 is the only stat they have in the first half on 32 attempts. And that's a 4.3-yard average, which at almost any level, let's be honest, that's gonna put you in a favorable position majority of the time. Leo had 1 penalty where New Haven was flagged 4 times for 40 yards. Leo just a 5-yarder. And the one big penalty that kind of turned things around was when the score was 14-0. New Haven had, not the penalty, the turnover. New Haven had lost the ball and gave Leo a short field. That was when McCauley was able. Now, don't get me wrong, New Haven did a great job of stopping them there and forcing a field goal attempt. But 30-yard chip shot from McCauley, and it's good. So Leo went up 17-0 before they poured on the last naked boot to make it 24.
Yeah, it's like you said. Twice as many possessions, twice as many chances with the football for Leo. New Haven's had some good chunk plays, so they've been doing a decent job in certain areas, but Leo's defense has just been stopping them when they've needed to stop them.
Absolutely. To speak to that stat, third down conversions, 0 for 3 for New Haven, 6 for 7 for Leo. And when Leo didn't get it, they were 1 for 1 on fourth down. So, New Haven is 1 for 3 on fourth down. The 3 times they didn't convert on third, they were 1 for 3 on fourth. We'll touch on some more stats later, but I'm going to fix the scoreboard. Brought to you by All American Stores to call it the start of the third quarter. And McCauley going to boot one most likely pretty deep to Nijay Fields-Lewis, a.k.a. NFL. For the Bulldogs, that's going to be short. No, it's deep. That's going to be a touchback. Yet again. So halftime leaders, Peyton Wall, 16 carries, 99 yards. Gavin James, 6 for 44, and Jackson Barber had 5 for 13. Owen Lance had 4 carries, 2 yards. But yeah, so almost 100 yards in the first half for Peyton Wall, and those have been majority of the ones, the yards he's had on those 16 attempts, averaging over 6 yards. He has gotten 0 touch from the first level. So when he's been able to get past that first level of defensive line, it's usually defensive backs that are coming through and making a tackle. If New Haven gets good pressure, obviously they're stopping him there, but aside from that, there's not much going. It's a play action, ball's deep, off the hands, off the face mask, and off the hand again, and that one would have went for a lot of yards and probably 6 points, and Lamar Hutchins is going to kick himself when he sees that one. Replayed on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com, NowCountyVoice.com.
Yeah, New Haven really needs to pick up some of those big chunk plays like that. They're always starting to whip the ball off on the long side of the field. Leo's doing a really good job of keeping them back there.
Yeah, keeping a long field for him, absolutely.
Yeah, and it just results in a short field for Leo. So New Haven's going to have to move the ball, get it down there past midfield, at least make Leo work for it once they get it back.
And hopefully for the Bulldogs, score some points.
Those would help.
Now, we do have a different quarterback. This is Jakar Williams, big 6'3", 215, taking the place of Jamar Hutchins. He drops back, looks a crossing route underneath. It's caught, and wow, big play. Nice crossing route there by Nijay Fields-Lewis, NFL, and that goes from the 20 down to the 45. About the 45. 35 yards on the play. A huge pickup.
Bulldog coaches over there must be listening to our broadcast.
I mean, somebody's tuning in, and I think it might be Jimmy Lynn. I agree. A long drop. Another crossing route. Another catch. It was just a deep post, and now Peyton Wall going for a ride, and that's Lane Woodson. So they run a little skinny post on the left, 35-yard play. They run the exact same play to the right side. And I tell you what, Jakar Williams, number 4, a big guy, got a lot of time back there. He had all day to pass, and he put the ball on the money both times. And that one went for, say, about 14 yards, down to the 26. Leo with some pressure. The ball deep this time. And a sure-handed interception. Couldn't get it over there. Almost had it on the camera.
Couldn't quite get it over there.
It's difficult to see. But, yeah, in and out of the hands of Gavin James after Williams went for it all. And he had a receiver out there. Looked like NFL. Trying to make the play, but did underthrow it, and Gavin James, talk about kicking himself.
Great job getting himself in good position there, though, and
absolutely
at least preventing the touchdown.
Yeah, he made a great break on it. And one goes right through the hands right side. That was intended on the right side for number 5, Lane Woodson. And through the hands of Damian Gutekunst for Leo, number 6, who plays wide receiver as well as the DB on the corner out there.
Couple good plays, got New Haven in a good position. Unfortunately, staring down 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and your defensive stat leaders in the first half, Mason Sheeran, 4 tackles, 1 for loss. G.T. Baker with 3 tackles. As
over the head of number 5.
That's Lane Woodson.
My sheets blew away. Oh, well, there we go.
Turns out there's 2 sides to these sheets here, folks.
Who'd have thunk it?
11:01, third quarter. New Haven's done a great job moving the ball down the field with a passing attack that was almost non-existent in the first half. Going deep. Here's the skinny post to the left side. He calls for the flag, and NFL is going to get the flag. Wow. That was a little debatable, but apparently the referee saw something that he didn't like after it was pointed out to him that, hey, you might have saw something you didn't like. He says, yeah, you know what, I might have. Let's throw the flag. That's going to be a first down every time. And New Haven keeps the drive alive. So what was 4th and 10 from the 26. See how they choose to walk it off.
Someone should have really told me when I was in school that I could request a penalty. That would have been nice to know.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Nobody told you that?
I was completely unaware.
All right.
Probably would have been a lot better if I could have gotten penalties called.
Well, they're probably texting them nowadays. Just texting referees. First down, 10, 13-yard line. Jakar Williams going to drop back, throw one. Another one in the hands of Michael O'Brien. And out of the hands of Michael O'Brien just as quick. Landon Livingston down for the Lions. A little slow to get up, but he thinks appears to be okay. So head coach Jimmy Lynn apparently making some halftime adjustments to spread the Leo Lions out, kind of put them in man-on-man situations and let the receivers make a move on the DBs and see what happens. And also switching quarterbacks, going to Williams. Williams looking the right side, fade to the end zone. Oh, over the outstretched hands. And I think that was NFL once again. Nope, take that back. That was number 3. One of the twins, Mr. Hutchins. That's Lamar. Again, Jamar Hutchins, twin brother, quarterback the first half, smaller in stature, ran a lot of run plays and things of that nature out of the quarterback position. Was also 2 of 3 passing, but here in the second half, it's been nothing but Jakar Williams, who is just a sophomore, 6'3", 215. He drops back, lets one go, and that one is in and out of the hands yet again. Gavin James, nice play. Leo could possibly have about 18 interceptions on this drive alone. What seems like.
Yeah, you want to keep saying good job of at least not letting the touchdown happen, but at the same time, those guys are going to wake up tomorrow wishing they'd have had one of those pulled in.
Yeah, no joke, that's 4. That's 4 that were in and out of the hands of Lions on this drive alone. As the drive now, what seems like it's taking a lot of time, not running a lot of clock. It's only, you got 10:42, only a $1.18 into this third quarter here. 4th down and 10, swing pass outside. It is caught to the edge, and he is in for the touchdown. That's DeAndre Wright, swing pass.
On 4th down.
On 4th and 10 from the 13. And DeAndre Wright gets the New Haven Bulldogs on the scoreboard. 24-6 is the score. So Jimmy Lynn, hey, give the guy credit. Head coach Jimmy Lynn making some adjustments, moving the ball, keeping Leo on its heels. And, from a defensive standpoint, if you don't make one of those 3 or 4 interceptions that were likely there. That's what happens.
Yeah, they gave him plenty of chances.
Yeah, extra point is up and good. It looked like Braden Sowers for the extra point. And now it is all day, every day, 24-7. That's what I call that score. Leo, 24, New Haven, 7. I'm sure somebody maybe chuckled out there. Getting some more information here from the DeKalb and East Noble game. Apparently some questionable referee calls. Apparently DeKalb had thought they had batted the ball out of the quarterback hands, ran a touchdown. They called a pass incomplete. So debatable arm going forward type of tuck rule maybe thing. I'm not sure what happened there.
Really have to see that to know.
Sure.
Bad call.
But nonetheless, we have a game right here. Leo, Indiana here at the Jungle. Steve Roberts alongside Andy Carey. The VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. 10:35, so a pretty efficient drive, let's be honest. A couple of huge chunky plays for the Bulldogs. And if you're Coach Jimmy Lynn, you got to think you're right back in it.
Yeah, I think putting Jakar Williams in was a great choice.
100%.
6'3", 210 pounds, really stands tall in the pocket, and did a really good job that time of seeing good open receivers.
So one hopper, Wall's going to take it. Gets to the left, trying to go up the gut. He's taking a few Bulldogs with him.
They're trying their hardest to strip the ball out, so you better take care of that one.
Absolutely.
Looks like they'll take over at about the 16-yard line. And we'll see if they try to just keep controlling the clock and
26.
Ground pound it.
You were one off. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Carried the 2, 26. So I'm guessing power T formation. Yep, the old T. Wall on the left. Up the gut. And that's extracurricular. And that is going to be an automatic 15-yard penalty. Personal foul. The play was already done. The play was already over. Continued to power slam him. So it should be about the 41, if my math serves.
It's probably better than mine.
The 42, 43. Either way, not exactly what you want to do. You had a good stop. You had a good hold. 26-yard line, pretty deep, not great field position. Probably the worst field position Leo's seen all night. And I don't recall the number. I'm thinking it possibly was 14. Can't quote me on that as far as who made the penalty. Here's Peyton Wall, left side. Tiptoeing through, Le'Veon Bell style. Gets about 5 yards. He's held up there, midfield, about the 49, almost 50-yard line.
Yeah, you just can't shoot yourself in the foot like that. Your offense finally gets going, scores a nice touchdown. Defense is doing pretty good, holding everybody up.
Yeah, you're still down 3 scores, and you have a penalty like that where, I mean, the play was made.
Yeah.
the runner was stopped on first down. And whether it was a gain of none or a loss of 1 or whatever it was, I mean, you gotta use your head. There's no need to pick up and slam a guy and then talk trash afterwards when you're down 24-7.
Yeah, just like that, Leo goes from being at the faux 16-yard line to the midfield.
Right. Left side again is Wall. Brought down once again Trevor Reed, calling that kid's name a lot tonight. I like the way he's playing. He's not the biggest guy out there, just 5'6" and $180, but he only plays linebacker. The only defensive, one-way defensive player on the entire team, aside from a couple DBs, but they don't count, is Trevor Reed. So Leo looking to stay with the 2 tight end T formation. And we might see a pass. Look at this. What happened here? This is Lance out to the outside.
He's got a
blocker ahead and down to the 10-yard line. Owen Lance, a beautifully designed play. And a big-time gain. About a 41-yard catch and run. Again, that play was set up the entire night by, 40 running plays, I think, give or take. And it paid off. Leo, first down and 10 yards to go. Back to the T formation. Little cluster there. And Peyton Wall is tackled in the backfield, brought down by a couple of dogs.
Another good job. The interior of that defensive line for the Bulldogs is pretty good.
Yeah, that was 52, Deshaun Morgan. That was specifically the guy who had the penalty. I do recall now.
Yeah.
He is defensive line was able to get penetration that time as well as on the first play of this drive, which started back at the Leo 26. Only a couple of minutes ago. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, they're playing pretty physical in the interior. The biggest issue right now is the outside linebackers aren't quite keeping contained, and every once in a while Leo makes them pay for it.
And now we see the I formation. Wall brought down again by a pack of dogs. Is it pack?
They were quite packing.
And now we've seen flashes of brilliance. We've seen flashes of effort, we'll say, on the defensive line standpoint. But a majority of the time it's been Leo's offensive line that's been controlling everything pretty much the entire game. Now, last drive, New Haven went down. Again, you mentioned, that Jakar Williams came in, had some time to pass, and I think that was crucial. The point there is that he had some time to pass.
Yeah.
So the offensive line has been doing it. Now we have a naked boot, Jack Barber to the outside swing pass, and Gavin James is going to have himself a 12-yard touchdown. A beautifully designed play. So now Coach Souter says, okay, you're stopping the run here and there. We're going to drop one to Owen Lance. Oh, he goes 41 yards. You get a couple more runs, see what happens. Nothing there. Okay, we're going to play action, naked bootleg, and a wide open Gavin James for his second touchdown of the game. One on the air, one on the ground.
Yeah, Leo did pretty much the same thing to Woodland in the first week. Just run, and pass when you need to.
Right.
It's kind of nice when you can go 4 for 4 for the night passing for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Correct. Yeah, and tonight I believe we're 2 for 2 here at Leo.
And a touchdown.
And 1 touchdown. So penalty on the play as they're going to back him up. So it's going to be a 25-yard extra point attempt from McCauley.
And it's blocked.
And it is blocked. That's 2 in a row. He blocked the penalty kick and blocked that one. I mean, fooled me once. Shame on me. Good land. Anyways, not going to be happy on the sidelines for the lack of execution there of containing the rush on the PAT. But nonetheless, Leo on top 30-7 here in Leo, Indiana, the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. Indiana Physical Therapy celebrating 31 years in business at 17 locations to best serve you. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy for all your physical therapy needs. Call 260-209-2464 or go online at IndianaPT.com. That's INDIANAPT.com, your trusted choice for physical therapy in northern Indiana. I believe they're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., something cool like that. And I'm pretty sure they take all insurances on the planet. So give them a call, 260-209-2464 for details. Once again, IndianaPhysicalTherapy.com. Squibby kick by McCauley, taken on one hop by NFL, looking to go to the right side of the field. being chased down, looking to get a couple of blocks, and not a whole lot going there, but we do have a flag down about the 17-yard line, far side. It usually comes in the area of a block in the back, but we'll have to see what they call here.
So like a hold or a block in the back, one or the other. Either way, it's on the Bulldogs. Be a 10-yard penalty, back them up to probably about the 16.
It is a hold. Should be coming back to about the 6.
Well, I guess depending on if it's a spot.
Apparently they called the hold at about the 14. It's going to come back to the 4. Excuse me, the 19 to the 9. I've heard it both ways. 6:15 left in the third quarter. 9-yard line is where Jakar Williams and the Bulldogs are going to start. Play action, and he is tripped up in the backfield. Nice job that time. Couldn't tell who it was.
Well, they're saying
It looked like Livingston, but Livingston got there late. I'm pretty sure that was Mason Sharon who tripped him up because Livingston kind of walked over there as he already fell down. I'm not so sure they got that one right. I think that's going to be Mason Sharon, which brings up another tackle for loss, quarterback sack. I'm telling you, if you didn't start him on your defensive fantasy football team, you made a mistake. Williams, deep ball out of the end zone, drops back. Incomplete at about the 29-yard line, was going right side to Lamar Hutchins.
Just a little bit out of reach.
Yeah. At this end of the field, going to the west, you're throwing into the wind. So those longer passes become more tricky, especially with the timing.
So the Bulldogs looking at 3rd and 15 now from about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, after the 5-yard sack initially, the incomplete. Here we are, 3rd and long, and not a place you want to be. The Bulldogs. Oh, he does have a man in the slot, and undercut by Peyton Wall and picked off. Going to the right side. Nice block there. And oh my goodness, that's not right. Michael O'Brien made a huge block that time, and he got flagged for it because it was a great block and the guy hit the ground. That's a penalty. That's all I'm going to say. I'll be back in a minute. Go ahead.
All right, so after the 15-yard penalty, looks like they're going to make that a helmet-to-helmet illegal contact penalty on the block. We'll be taking over at about the 35-yard line with a 1st and 10.
All right, Leo's going to take over the ball. 35-yard line, pitch out to the outside. Peyton Wall surveying the land, and flags all over. Cuts it back inside, went out of bounds. And there are 3 flags at the 30-yard line. A lot of Leo fans weren't a big fan of that last call, as you might have heard over the headset there.
Yeah.
The penalty was on Michael O'Brien, number 22, who had, you would call it a blindside or a crackback block, whatever.
It wasn't because of the block. Apparently, the referee saw helmet to helmet, but I think the impact was what was jarring out of it, and nonetheless, the flag was called.
Yeah, I was focusing the camera on the running back wall, and personally didn't even see the hit, so I was a little surprised to hear that they called that a helmet to helmet.
Yeah, I mean, I sure didn't see it. He definitely didn't lead with the helmet. If there was some helmet, it was incidental. But here's Jackson calling Jack Barber. Nice cutback. Makes a guy miss, and he's going to get himself out to about the 29-yard line.
You know, I can personally say I don't think I've ever seen somebody get called for a helmet to helmet on a block.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's a very fair point.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, we have a Voice alumni from South Carolina checking in, Mr. Kevin Yale, a.k.a. KJ, checking in from South Carolina. He says, good broadcast, guys. Good score, too. I agree. Go Leo. Thanks for checking in, KJ. Good to talk to you, as always. Glad you're tuning in. Being able to watch from wherever you are in South Carolina. Here's Peyton Wall, left side, surveying the field again. Tackled, about 3 yards out of bounds. No flag. And first down easily that time for the Leo Lions. Takes it to about the 20-yard line. We got 4:16 left in the third quarter. So we've seen a little bit of a mix-up with offensive plays. The last part of this third quarter, Andy, where Coach Souter we threw the ball a couple times. He threw the ball twice. That worked. We've seen some I formations. We've seen some shotguns with some motion doing jet sweeps. Back to the power T formation here. And it's a quick handoff up the right side. Gavin James, the same one he scored on, is the same one he gets about 7 or 8 on here. Inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Be second and about 3 or 4.
Well, like you said at the beginning of the game, Steve, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Dance with the one you brought. There's so many different. We know what we're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people that are watching, wherever they are getting it as well.
But they're doing a good job of controlling the game and controlling the clock. Keep the ball moving down the field and scoring touchdowns. So
all the right actions and recipes to a winning game. And here is Lance through the first level, has the first down inside the 10. And Leo's going to move the sticks.
It'll be interesting to see Leo go up against a really, really stout run defense someday that makes them air it out a little bit more.
Right.
It's one of the things with their game so far. Their offensive line's done a really good job of letting them just be able to slowly and methodically move the ball.
I absolutely would agree. And last week in the 3-2 victory over Norwell did a good job of getting, again, line pressure and second level pressure in there to kind of stifle the T formation that Coach Souter has run so successfully the last couple of weeks. Double fake and nothing home there for Jackson Barber. He's brought down to the backfield. Lost about 1. But yeah, like I said, Norwell did a good job of holding that, where Leo had to kind of mix up the playbook. And there were some times, again, where they had to deal with some outside forces, air quotes. But yeah, nonetheless, I would agree. I'd like to see Leo get tested from that point, because they have a lot of great weapons. And Jackson Barber, again, just a sophomore, he's like little Michael Vick out there. That's what I'm telling you. He's got the arm. He can throw a laser for a ball. We saw a couple of those as he came in a backup role at Woodland in the first game of the season.
Yeah, and I saw him out before the game warming up, and he can definitely sling it.
Yeah, because the other quarterback option for Leo is Cameron Roach, who's a senior. I think it was a transfer from Northrop, I believe. But anyway, a timeout on the field and a timeout for us, and we'll be back as soon as I find a commercial to play. Let's do this one. Sports Network Voice. You pick the order. or maybe I can hit play.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics.
All right, we have 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Third quarter. Leo handling the Bulldogs. Dare I say taming the Bulldogs. Training them? I don't know. Anyways, you get it. Single back formation, play action, rollout. A lot of trouble, and Jack Barber goes down that time. Number 11, DeAndre Wright, is able to fight through a couple of blocks. And what would have been the third pass attempt for the Leo Lions is thwarted. And Leo, 3rd and goal from the 20.
Good old Matt Eshelman.
Old Esh made it out to the game tonight. A little shout out. And Leo, 3rd and 20, minute 25 and counting. Single back. Throws the go route. Beautifully touchdown. Beautifully thrown touchdown. Touch pass. Touchdown. You name it. It's a score, folks.
That's a lot of touching, Steve.
And it was a touch pass to the touchdown on the left side. And again, just a great thrown ball. Cam Livingston had the man beat. Dare I say, Jackson Barber threw it to where only he could catch it.
Yeah, that was a great over-the-shoulder pass.
So cliche, but it was. I mean, he had his defensive back beat, and Jack did a great job of floating it out there. And Leo up 36-7. Now
More
37, and it's encroachment once again. So Bulldogs licking their chops. It's the second time. Second time on consecutive PATs that there's been a penalty.
Well, if I'm the Bulldogs coach, I'm actually happy to see that they're still fighting hard through everything that they've been through. And
100%. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that penalty at all if I was him.
100%. So Carson McCauley's going to line another one up. The snap, the kick. It's good. So Leo now up by 30. And once again, just a beautifully thrown touch pass, just floated to the back corner of the end zone. Just hung it out there and let Livingston go get it.
Yeah, just right over the shoulder, dropped it in there nicely.
And results in a Leo touchdown. Minute 18 left here in the third quarter. Once again, thank you to all of the sponsors here in the VoiceSportsNetwork.com, the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne, Indiana Physical Therapy, Grable Insurance, and, of course, All American Stores. Excuse me. A big shout-out to everyone who has tuned in. Looks like there's about 40, 50 people maybe watching live online currently right now.
Carson McCauley set to kick off to the Bulldogs. And it's a little bit of a flopper.
Not much there. Oh, it stays in bounds. Checked up like a Phil Mickelson sand wedge.
Yeah, it did. A little worried it might pop out of bounds after hit the ground, but that thing just sat.
Absolutely.
Needless, though, Bulldogs covered it up, and they'll take over at about the... Is that the actual 16?
I'm going to say it's close to the 16-yard line this time, Andy.
Want to make sure.
Well done. Well done. Check, check, check.
And Jackson forced out around the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him about the 19.
All right. And 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. 40 seconds left. Here is the rollout to the right. Looks like he got enough for the first down. Once again, Williams there. Stops the clock. I think he got enough, didn't he?
Looks like they might spot him a little short. So, yeah, looks like about 3rd and 2.
.37 seconds exactly. It's going to be 3rd and 2 on the 24-yard line. You're down 4 scores.
7.
Yeah, feels like it if you're the Bulldogs, I'm sure. And a handoff up the gut. That is first down.
And the clock is running, just under 30 seconds.
And underneath, there's Hutchins. Quarterback in the first half. What a slot receiver in that play. Jamar Hutchins gets himself about 4. And that should do it for the third quarter. And we will be back as the count down to 2, the 1, and the 0. End of third quarter, 37-7, Leo. And we'll be back with a special guest here on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com here after a brief message from one of our sponsors.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain.
And more often than not, the doctors.
Just prescribed pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance.
Thank you, IndianaPT.com. Once again, Indiana Physical Therapy. One of the proud sponsors of VoiceSportsNetwork.com. Here we go on the fourth quarter action about to start here in the jungle. It's a pass, and it's caught by NFL. Tries to make a move over the middle and lost a couple yards there, Andy.
Looks like they're moving him down actually to about 3rd and 1.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He caught the ball what appeared to be in front of the line as he ran towards the near side. He kind of lost some yards. Folks of the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com, you may have heard our next guest as the pass undercut by Gavin James and nearly had himself a pick. Jamar Hutchins, the intended receiver that time. And a nice job defending. You may have heard this Leo legend before on the broadcast last year with myself and Mr. Adam Dagger. But once again dare I say the booth. We're not in the booth. But once again here in the booth, welcome Matt Eshelman. How you doing, Esh?
I'm doing really, really good.
Great. Good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely no problem.
Always good to see you again. 4th and 1. Here's a jet sweep to the right. And Hutchins has some room out to almost to midfield as he's finally stopped there by number 9. I can't see who that is. Mr. Ryan Crawford, sophomore, son of Chris Crawford. You remember Chris?
Yes,
that's
I do remember Chris Crawford.
There's his boy Ryan out there doing work on the defensive end that time. We have 11 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely love the all-purple jerseys for Leo.
Yeah, there was a while where they were going like straight black with purple numbers, and it was just...
That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I do like him getting back to the... Williams is almost sacked, and a skip pass out to the outside, incomplete. So, how long have you been? Did you just get here? Or
I arrived at the start of the third quarter. Yep.
The start of the third, okay.
Start of the third quarter.
So you've seen some decent action so far?
I've seen some action. Yes,
yeah.
I have.
All right. Gotta love it. Couldn't ask for a real better night for football.
Oh, I tell you what, it was super hot earlier today, but that rain really cooled it off.
100% agreed with that.
Yeah.
And a nice breeze all night. Excuse me. Screen pass set up. Nicely blocked by New Haven. He's going to have enough well over the first down yard line to gain, and that's DeAndre Wright. So the 0-3 Bulldogs, they're not giving up yet.
No, they aren't giving up yet. You know, this is a very, very young team that New Haven has this year.
I would agree. Yeah, they graduated a handful, but they do have a decent amount of senior starters that came back. But it just seems that Leo's pretty much had their way with them tonight as Leo went into the first half up 24-7, 24-0. I can't remember.
Yeah. Leo's football team looks awfully good.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming into the game ranked number 15 in the state.
Wow. Yeah, they're going to have a very, very big game next week up at Kendallville.
Absolutely, as they take on the East Noble Knights. Couldn't agree with you more, Esh. I'm getting some updates right now from a friend of mine. Her son plays for DeKalb, who is playing East Noble right now at DeKalb, and now it was 21-0 halftime, and we have a 21-7 score. So
yeah,
don't count your chickens before they're hatched
DeKalb's
here.
got a very, very good football team this year too.
Absolutely, they have a lot of people that they've returned. They start the year 3-0 as well. Esh, they're ranked number 13 in the state. East Noble comes in ranked number 8, so we'll see if possibly DeKalb can pull a late
This is a very, very
comeback.
good conference that Leo switched over to.
Yeah, I would agree. The NE8 has had their fair share of great teams so far.
Mm-hmm.
As drops back, deep ball over the left side. Went for a deep post again. That was intended for NFL. And that was thrown by Jakar Williams once again. Incomplete. So, since you didn't see the first half, they had number 1, Jamar Hutchins, in there for the first half at quarterback. And then they went with the big number 4, the sophomore, Jakar Williams. And I tell you what, Jakar Williams has played a pretty solid second half, where he led the New Haven Bulldogs on a long scoring drive of over 60, 70 yards, I believe, in the opening drive of the second half. And incomplete to Hutchins that time, as Hutchins couldn't hang on. That would have been short of the first down, but now it's 4th and 15, and head coach Jimmy Lynn is going to bring on the punt team. So you're still at Scott's there in the deli?
I'm still there.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm still rocking it.
20-some-odd years?
It's 25 years now.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. 25 amazing years.
And a punt almost got blocked. And DJ Allen, who almost blocked it, is getting called for roughing the kicker after what looked like a flop by Vladi Divox.
Vladi Divox.
You remember him back in the day, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Magic Johnson taught him how to flop like no other. Anyway, they're going to get the penalty called, and we'll see. It was 4th and 15, so if it was running into, it's a 5-yard replay. If it's roughing, it's an automatic first down. We'll see. I don't know how they're going to differentiate.
It looks like they're lining up to punt again, though. So
2, 3, 4, 5. It's a stop at the 5-yard penalty, so it was running into the kicker.
Running into the kicker.
Yeah,
or not the kicker.
No, yeah, that's what they call them. A kicker, punter, whatever. Running into instead of roughing. Again, if it was roughing, it would have been the full 15 yards. And a timeout called on the field by Coach Jimmy Lynn and the New Haven Bulldogs. And we'll have be right back after a word from sponsors.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School Athletics.
All right, we're back after the timeout. Thanks again to Matt Eshelman for stopping by. Good old Ash. Always good to see him.
it looks like the Bulldogs are lining up to go for it now.
I don't know why they wouldn't. Here's a pass for Williams. Wide open. First down and a lot more. That's NFL. He stays on his feet. Brought down by O'Brien inside the 20 to 19. Nice play out of the timeout. Good use of timeout.
Yeah, 9.5 minutes left in the game. Down by 30. You kind of got to go for it.
Now, you can make a case on 4th and 15 that there's nothing. Why would you go for it there? But when it did come to 4th and 10, I mean, I know it's only 5 yards, but it's a heck of a lot more manageable. So I like the call. I don't like the flop call on the running into the kicker, as I don't think it was actually, affecting or rough enough to be called a penalty. But nonetheless, he left it up high for Nijay Fields-Lewis, and that was incomplete. All you got to do is squeeze that one. All you got to do is squeeze that one. That's a touchdown.
And the thing about that roughing the kicker or running into the kicker
is
he was there in plenty of time. He could have blocked that punt and taken the punter out.
True story.
And instead he tried to lay up and hold up because he was too afraid of hitting the kicker.
Yeah. That's something you really, really got to work on, and you don't get many opportunities to execute on. As we see Williams go deep again out the back of the end zone. He had... once again, NFL had a little bit of a step on Gutekunst, not much. If the ball was thrown on point on target, it would have probably been defended, or maybe they would have gone back and forth for it. But back to what you were saying there, DJ Allen, who is just a sophomore, played freshman / JV last year. Now he's getting his licks in as a starting sophomore. He was the one who got through there, and like you said, if he just jumps in front where the ball's going to be, not to going right at the kicker, he blocks that punt every time.
Yeah.
Leo's got the ball, they're off to the races, what have you. As we see Williams drop back left side again, this is caught by Hutchins. Hutchins dives down inside the one, it looks like.
It's pretty close.
Far side, but yeah, a nice pitch and catch on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, but like you said, that's the kind of thing you don't really get a whole lot of time to practice in during the week.
Right.
But I'm sure that's something they'll work with him on after seeing that play on tape.
Yeah, I mean, he's a super tall kid. Was he 6'5", I think?
Yeah,
now,
plenty of speed.
6'6", sorry, 6'6", 195. I mean, literally, he can get to the punter in 3 steps and way out. or less, And somebody's in for a touchdown. It's a Bulldog.
Yeah, Leo stood him up
really
initially,
tell.
but after the second surge.
Oh, it was a keep. Yeah, so Jakar Williams on the keeper. And a touchdown Bulldogs late in the action. 8:46 left here in the contest. I'm sorry, in regulation, as they say. 8:46 left in regulation. 37-13 is the score. And now we have Braden Sowers. Braden Sowers on for the extra point. And it's good. So New Haven 14, Leo 37. We'll be back right after this message from YMCA.
A new year brings a new outlook and new promises. This new year, make a resolution that creates lasting change, not one you'll forget in a few weeks. You owe it to yourself to reach your potential and become your best self. The YMCA invites you to start the new year with a new you. A membership to the Y can help you and your family grow and become stronger. Join the Y community for an even better you in the new year. To find the nearest location, go to fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
All right, scoring update over in the NE8, just up the road about 13, 14 miles. In Waterloo, DeKalb 7, East Noble 27. So pretty lopsided there. Pretty lopsided here.
Yeah, it's another one of those games I'd be interested in knowing what the exact stat line is. Sometimes scores, it's only 3 touchdowns, can be a little misleading. Depending, like you were saying earlier, if there was a lot of penalties. I'd also like to know if DeKalb kind of was helping them with that score.
Right. As a big-time return by Caden Miller out to the 32-3-yard line as he kind of backtracked there that time inside the 1 and turned it around. Real solid field position. So he started out the game with a 37-yard return. This one for about 33 or so, 32. And Leo, a lot better field position than what they could have had. I will have to check my schedule to see if I'm able to get up to Kendallville next week for the game. Where, I tell you what, it's going to be a really, really good game, I'm guessing, the way that so far these two teams have looked, East Noble and Leo, that is. As Wall, the left side, stiff arms through, gets about 9 in the play. Again, wasn't touched until he was past the linebackers, past that second level. And then he stiff-armed a DB and tripped over him. So,
good play call, though. Leo set up in the split eye. So, once again, trying to make it look a little bit more like they're looking to pass or try to do something a little bit different, but just pounded up the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, anybody watching right now, check my Facebook later this week for updates. Steve Roberts, once again, if you don't know my name, I've only said it 184 times. Right side, Peyton Wall. First down. It's going to stop the clock momentarily at 7:49. But I'm going to check my schedule to see if I'm able to make it up to Kendallville in time to get set up and to call the game, because if there's a game that I want to watch next week, it's Leo versus East Noble.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
You'll have to check your schedule to see if you can make it up there.
Yeah, I'll check for availability.
And
Pretty busy guy.
Yeah, well, I get it. We'll have you updated. We'll have you updated. We will update on Facebook, on the Voice homepage, what have you. You'll find links. You'll see stuff. Here's Wall, pitch to the outside, setting up some blocks. Takes the outside corner, and he's outrunning a lot of dogs. Out to about the 30-yard line. Pretty big run there.
Yeah,
about 27 on the play.
Get outside and shows his
speed. About 24. He got to about the 33.
New Haven defenders doing a little good job showing their closing speed. Could have been a touchdown saving tackle there.
Yeah, if that last defender didn't push him out, he probably goes yard.
Oh, yeah. So now Leo goes into the gun, swings it out to the right.
There's Peyton McHale on a cutback. And gets back up to about the line of scrimmage.
Good job trying to make something out of that. New Haven was not fooled.
winding it down here, 7 minutes and counting. Once again, Indiana Physical Therapy celebrating 31 years in business with 17 locations to best serve you. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or go online at indianapt.com. Here's Jackson Barber, quarterback keeper. Hit low by Lamar Hutchins. Got a shoulder pad to the hip there. And Hutchins going to get a little Jackson Barber's going to get a little breather as Cameron Roach comes in for the Leo Lions at quarterback. There is a penalty far side of the field. The call is personal foul against New Haven. I didn't see what happened there, Andy. I was looking through my notes.
Yeah, I didn't see either. I was wondering if maybe you got a little low and maybe helmet to helmet on that hit.
Oh, I definitely don't think it was on there. I looked up and then I saw the tackle, which looked clean, but we're going to say it was on the far side of the field. And
yeah, they're not specifying, just a personal foul.
Irregardless, which isn't a word. Don't say that, folks. Regardless, Leo, first down. Inside the 15, about the 14-yard line, maybe the 13. So, yeah, at East Noble, 7 o'clock from Kendallville. Next week, Cameron Roach, handoff, left side. And he is brought down. That was number 31, Carson Hepner. It's a fine number for a tailback, if I do say so myself. And Carson's a good kid. 5:54 and counting, second down, 7 yards to go. Leo bringing in some supporting cast, if you will. Letting people get a reps. That's one of the things that we've talked about over the years and the broadcasts that we've done when Leo, over the years has been so successful as a football team. And a run out to the right side, stopped for a short gain, brought down there by number 20. It looked like Isaac Carswell.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when you can get big enough leads. You can get your second string, third string guys in there, get some experience.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Going back like 3-4 years ago, where literally the backups would play almost the entire second half.
Yeah,
or halfway through the third quarter, or almost all the third quarter for that matter, into the end of the game when the clock read 000. So definitely a nice luxury to have. As Roach lines up, single back this time. He's going to keep it, just going to the right side. Tried to get the first. Kind of looked like he was just dancing up there.
Yeah, it looked like he bumbled the snap or something.
Exactly.
Is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Either way, 4th down and 1.
Coming up after the broadcast, folks, we will have the All-American Store's Player of the Game, as decided on by a nationwide fan vote. Or maybe just me and Andy. I formation, Hepner right side.
And he
looked like he was in.
Well, he's got a first down at least.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The first down, just had 1 to go. Going to be first and goal from probably the 1 or 2, if that. Nice job by Carson to just get up in there and lower the head and go. And it's going to be spotted on the 1. Peyton McHale, number 7, running the play in there on the left side of the screen for the Leo Lions. And I formation, Hepner in the backfield, or in the far backfield.
It's a handoff. He is tackled and stopped for a loss. A big-time hit there. Nice job, DeAndre Wright, getting through the offensive line and making a tackle in the backfield for a loss of 2. Leo's going to have 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it looked like DeAndre Wright knew Leo was going to run the ball.
Made the right decision there. That's horrible. Yeah, it's late. I mean,
yeah.
What is it, 9:15? Look at this. Jeez, got 2:52 and counting on the game clock. Motion to the right, and that's going to be too much motion for the far side line judge. I just don't think he didn't like that much motion. He was pretty quick to throw the flag there as soon as Dallin Wirtz went in motion.
Yeah, nearest little twitch. Let's just go ahead and prolong this game a little longer.
Yeah, stop the clock. Let's figure it out. Let's run the clock. 2nd down goal from the 3. Roach under center. Hands off Hepner. And he is stopped again. The defense turning on the pressure on the goal line formation, and not a whole lot going there for Mr. Carson Hepner as we approach the 2-minute mark, about 2:10 and counting. So we will have some end of game stats. Try and bring you a final from up the road in DeKalb, which I think we all know how that game is going to turn out. Much like this game is going to turn out, a win for the Knights and a win for the Lions as Hepner bounces in. Ball is out. And unfortunately for the Lions, the ball came out and recovered by the Bulldogs. So I like Carson Hepner head down running. He ran into a couple of his own blockers there and then was stood up and hit fairly hard that time by the Bulldogs. Ball came out, and it was all New Haven.
Yeah, the Bulldog defensive line just blew the blocks up, and we're right there to get in his face. And fortunately, it's actually good to see that the Bulldogs aren't necessarily giving up yet. As far down as they are, they're still out there playing hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's safe to say both teams have removed most of their starters, so this is where you kind of see what's up. Although the second half starting quarterback, Williams, Jakar Williams, still in there for the Bulldogs. Play action, it's going to be held unkept. That's Elmarion Graham, number 88, on the run for the Bulldogs. Yeah, got a minute 32 left here in the contest as they stop the clock to move the chains. And play resumes from the 21-yard line. Handoff right side. Looking for some room, cutting back. Still on his feet, reversing field, trying to. Not having it as Caden Miller in the backfield.
And he's not getting up yet.
Yeah, kind of spikes him down there, and he might have twisted an ankle or a knee on that. Hopefully he is all right. That's Amarion Graham down, but we'll take a brief timeout and be back after a word from Indiana Physical Therapy.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
All right, folks, a little bit of an injury timeout there as the tackle made by Caden Miller on Elmarion Graham, as he was down a little longer than he would have liked to have been, but you can see him walking off there under his own power, which is always a good thing to see.
Yes, it is.
And they're going to wind the clock 1 minute and 2 and counting. Here is number 4, Jakar Williams, once again. Backfield. Tim Sanford in the backfield with him. It is a handoff to Sanford. Left side, he got outside. He's got a couple of blockers and got a fair chunk of that yardage back. A nice run there by Sanford as Tim Sanford checks in. 5'7", $150. He is a senior. And 30 seconds left on the game clock. New Haven may choose to run one more. The play clock is actually higher than the game clock. So this will be the last play, or possibly not, of the game. It does look like they're going to go ahead and run one more. We have 11 seconds left. It's a fake handoff. Taking that time. Nice hang on to by grabbed a bunch of jersey by Clay Jackson.
I think they're going to call another helmet to helmet, even though his face mask was in the other guy's face mask.
That's just bad. Anyway, I mean, yeah, you never want to see kids get hurt, but it was just a nice hard tackle. Clay Jackson did a great job of holding on. And they're going to call helmet to helmet, personal foul. I didn't see who came in there and cleaned up that hit.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number on the bus, but
right.
But it was definitely a nice hit. It's how you teach the kids to hit. I mean, his face mask was up, his head was not down. He didn't hit him with the crown of the helmet.
Correct. Either way, this is the last play, and that is the end of the game. Final score, Leo 37, New Haven 14, and what appears to be almost a final from up the road in Waterloo, East Noble 35, DeKalb 7. So we will have maybe a little bit more on that. I think that's pretty much it. And be back right after this and wrap up the game here from Indiana, from Leo. All right, folks, welcome back to an abbreviated postgame show here in the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. Steve Roberts alongside Andy Carey. And I have to make amends. I mentioned that Crawford.
Rylan Crawford.
Rylan?
Isn't that the one you were referring to earlier?
Now I'm messing it all up. Why did it just leave my playbook? Rylan Crawford, not the son of Chris Crawford, son of Brad Crawford. Got my Crawfords mixed up. All right, we're back. Sorry. Rylan Crawford, son of Brad Crawford, not Chris Crawford. Had my Crawfords mixed up. Chris does have a boy who's like a freshman, I believe. But nonetheless, apologies for the mix-up. He had a phone call or a text from someone in Indianapolis watching.
Yeah, family member.
Some Crawford family. Thank you for watching and tuning in to thevoicesportsnetwork.com. We do have a couple of post-game stats. Brought to you by Statman Brian Kaler. And from the 24-0 trouncing first half, Leo was able to put third quarter points on the board, 13-7, and outscored 7 in the fourth. But nonetheless, 37-14 is the final score. We talked a lot about plays that Leo ran, majority running, right? So 70 yards passing, 3 of 3 attempts, one of those being a touchdown. And that was Jackson Barber. Had to unplug somebody's power. We all share power, this whole media thing. But anyways, Leo did have the one turnover. Each team had 8 penalties. Leo 75 yards in penalties. New Haven 85 yards in penalties. Aside from that, first downs 21-18 in favor of Leo. Third down attempts, Leo 9 of 12. Wow. Yeah. And 2 of 2 on fourth down. Third down conversions, New Haven 4 of 12 and 6 out of 8. Wow, 75% on fourth down. That's quite a lot. Jack Barber 3 of 3. For 70 yards, 2 touchdown passes, including the one beauty on the outside to Livingston, that is. And, Peyton Wall, another triple-digit game, 147 yards rushing. Had himself a few touchdowns as well. But player of the game...
That's a tough one to say.
It is a tough one. We didn't even talk about this off the air before we came back.
Kind of put on the spot about that
which
right
we
now.
usually do. I think for overall game management and ball control, not to mention the 3 for 3 passing and the couple of touchdown passes, he also ran one in on the naked boot.
Yeah.
I'm going to tip the cap to number 12, Jackson Barber.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good call because, like you said, he did a really good job managing the game. He had some good passes when he needed to pass. And
the 3 that he threw were all right on point.
Yeah, and he saw the defense well enough to know when he needed to keep it and when he needed to let it go. So,
yeah, 100% indeed. So congratulations to, once again, the Leo Lions as well as the All-American Stores player of the game, Jackson Barber. And I am nearly certain that I'll be able to make it up to Kendallville next week where the 4-0 Leo Lions take on the 4-0 East Noble Knights. Both teams are most likely going to stay in that top 10-ish range in the state rankings so far after both of their convincing wins this evening. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But, again, I will share it on Facebook, and I know I tag a lot of people who know a lot of people who know a lot of people. So you'll most likely be informed, but you can always check back on the website, on YouTube rather, on the thevoicesportsnetwork.com homepage on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe button, notifications, all that fun stuff. You'll be notified. We'll most likely be there. I will confirm and let everyone know. Andy?
Yeah, I'd like to know if you're going to be there.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I'll let you know if I can join you.
I appreciate that. So, once again, thanks a lot for joining us, folks. You see the final score on the scoreboard brought to you by AllAmericanScores.com. 37-14 in favor of Leo here from the jungle. For Andy Carey, I am Steve Roberts. And that'll do it for us and the VoiceSportsNetwork.com. We'll see you around.